Hi guys, I hope all of you are doing well. I'm Niladri Mukherjee. I'm a regulated Canadian immigration consultant and I practice in Windsor, Ontario, Canada. So if you have submitted a response to the procedural fairness letter pertaining to a spousal sponsorship / family class application, and if you have received a call from IRCC, like an interview request call from IRCC, is it really a matter of concern? Let's try to understand it. Okay. So once you have given a procedural fairness letter, okay, the objective of that letter with particularly 30 days of deadline is for you to ensure everything that you submit is thorough, is comprehensive with proper, okay. If the officer is still not satisfied with your submission, okay, she has the right to request an interview from interview call. So in that interview, typically they call the husband and they call the spouse at the at the wife at the very same time. Two different people are talking to you guys, asking the same set of questions and then trying to align your answers to see whether you guys are answering in the same way, you're answering the same thing, right? And typically this kind of situations arise when the officers concerned pertain to the fact that the marriage is not a genuine marriage and that the intent behind the marriage is for one person to potentially gain an immigration advantage or a permanent residency or even a temporary residency here in Canada. So to avoid this kind of interview calls, please ensure that your response to the procedural fairness letter is 100% thorough, 100% complete, comprehensive, to avoid those kind of a situation, right? Even if you receive an interview call, and practically from my from my professional experience, I really have cases where my clients have received interview calls where they have responded to the procedural fairness letter by themselves, and those interview calls with my assistance have been handled correctly, because you have to ensure that the answers are honest, answers are thorough, and answers are aligning. So your answer is aligning with your spouse's answer. But my objective behind the video is to ensure that you do not receive such a call. Number one, because it drags the process, the processing time gets increased. Secondly, what if you guys answer differently, okay, and then leads to another suspicion, another procedural fairness letter, again the process is getting dragged. To avoid all of that, if you have received a procedural fairness letter, and if the marriage is really a genuine marriage, and if you guys have nothing to hide, please ensure to take a professional consultation to understand how the response should be drafted, how the response should be submitted, and what kind of steps you can potentially expect to follow. Because as an organization, we deal with thousands of similar cases, and in probably less than 1%, it's not even 1%, 0.1% cases that clients have received an interview call where there is some ambiguity with the document submitted. 5 minutes interview, easy interview, fine. But if the concern is not being satisfied with the PFL response, those interviews are dreading interviews that you do not want to face. So if you received a procedural fairness letter, particularly with the spousal sponsorship / an open work permit application, you're most welcome to take a professional consultation, understand how it works, draft a response accordingly, and provide a close-ended submission to ensure there is no back and forth. If you need professional assistance, more than welcome to hop into our website, nuvonation.ca. I'll be very happy to guide you through to the next steps. Hope this helps. Bye now.